So Tito comes out and is allegedly with an organization. And good for him. My bygones can be bygones with Tito if he's fighting on off-brand shows. Good luck to him, and we'll go our separate ways.
First off, Chael, let's just make mention of the fact that this is the first ever MMA 30 for 30, so that's a really big deal for the sport. I like the sport. I followed the sport. Those guys helped me love the sport. Those guys took the sport to a whole other level.
I know when I see Tito, I know the respect that he shows me. I know that he does not come across the room and look me in the eye or do anything like that. You're not worried? You're fine?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Want me to call him?
No.
You are handled.
I'll have Tito take care of it.
All right.
Tito, I noticed he wouldn't look you in the eye. He wouldn't. Why not?
Tito, come here.
Very scared.
Tito has decided that he is going to record his own, I call it a 24/7, or I call it a countdown. Now that's obviously a brand term, but you know, the pre-show, the build-up, he's going to do this himself. Story of my career has been told by other people. I've never liked how the story was told. I want to make sure it's told accurately, so I'm going to tell it. I'm paying for all of these cameras. I'm paying for these microphones. I will pay for the editor.
Chris Martinez, we produce it, we direct it, we do it ourselves. He does all the editing, so it's just a two-man group.
It will be my story, my way. Okay.
Tito Ortiz at LAX. So he has a YouTube series these days called Tito Ortiz Uncaged.
So I click upon a common website known as TMZ. And who do I see on there but Tito Ortiz? And who is Tito talking about but Chael Sonnen? And I'm really happy about that. I like that. I don't like Tito.
What is it about your relationship and or lack thereof with Chael that Chael's coming out and just throwing this dagger? We were really kind of taken aback by it. Why do you think he, one, thinks that this could potentially or possibly be a work, and two, why would he even say it without any reasonable proof or evidence?
Are you allowed to cuss on your?
Oh yeah, you say whatever. Say whatever.
I get the whole thing and I appreciate it. I'm still jealous he won. And I would like that match back. And Tito does need me. And I don't need him. But I would be lying if I said anything other than I want him. I pinned him in college wrestling. I am not done with Tito Ortiz. Look, promotion is only one thing. It's storytelling. That's it. You have to find the story and then you have to be able to tell it. It's a big experiment. And there's only a few guys alive that know how to do it.
Chael, if you're looking for your ass to be whooped, keep talking your shit, dude. And you know what? I'll do it the same night. Let me beat up Alberto, then I'll beat up Chael Sonnen the same night.
Wow, is that a thing that can actually happen? Can we do that?
Dude, I'm in. Let's do it.
Fuck, let's get that. Let's get the President Kabate on the phone. Let's get this done.
Yeah. Fuck, let's get 2 fights on one night.
Oh man, the buy rate will be through the roof.
Twofer.
Oh man, I'm all for that. Holy shit, I would love that.
Remember when Tito Ortiz was bald with the blonde hair, and then Eminem? That was the time right there.
To quote my young homie Nate Diaz, you think you're a gangster, but you're no West Coast gangster. Embezzling money from an old lady?
Now let's talk about Chael's criminal conviction. The conviction relates to his actions in a real estate deal in 2006.
You try that shit out here, your family find you floating in this water with that fake belt on.
Chael, question for you. What is that sitting in front of you, and when did you win that?
Yeah, I think you can get them on eBay for about $29.99.
That's what I was just checking. You call yourself a gangster. What type of gangster is worried about another man trying to put on his belt?
Well, as part of this video, it's Tito in a suit, okay, and he's hooking the belt. And he's hooking the belt.
You mean a belt that you never put on before? Yeah, that's right. You've never been champion. You don't understand what it's like to put a championship belt around your waist. Because you've always been a wannabe, and you always will be a wannabe.
And he's hooking it never gets hooked. He just couldn't figure his hand-eye coordinate. I don't know what happened. He could not snap it together.
Not for long.
So, Chael, you want to talk about belts? Let's talk about belts. And you can see there's 10 buttons. 10 buttons in 15 seconds? That's not too damn bad. But if you think I'm slow, why don't you call Campbell and I'll put these hands on you. Chael, you've been watching me put on belts for the last 20 years. It must be eating you up inside. Just like all those empty promises that keep you up at night.
Listen, Tito Ortiz was the world champion when my father passed away, and I made him one final promise on his deathbed, and hand to God, this is a true story. I said, Dad, I am going to beat Tito Ortiz, and I'm going to be the world champion. It's the one promise that I never kept.
But you've crossed the line now. Call me a rat.
Tito contacts Instagram and lets them know that I have stolen his intellectual property. Now, in fairness to Tito, that is true, and that is a violation. That's his video. He owned that video.
You say I'm a snitch, and you don't show any proof that it was me that reported you.
But he ratted me out. He went to Instagram and ratted me out.
It wasn't me. It was my production company. Get your facts right, dude. I'm no rat. But I would like to dig into your history a little bit. Let's see who are the people you ratted on to get where you are.
The judge in that case cites Chael's extraordinary remorse, his extraordinary cooperation, his extraordinary cooperation, his extraordinary cooperation.
All the cheating you've done, robbing you've done.
All 5 drugs used by Mr. Sonnen to cheat are prohibited at all times. That means both in competition and out of competition.
All the steroids,
human chorionic gonadotropin, human growth hormone, and erythropoietin.
You're just a straight cheater. I know why you retired. Because you couldn't handle the heat in the kitchen, buddy.
I am guilty. I'm ashamed. And I don't have any attempt to put up a defense.
But nephew Chael, it's okay, dude. I understand. You're still learning. You're still learning the game. I remember back in the day when you were fighting Anderson Silva, before you even fought the second time, and you just beat, I believe it was Brian Stan. And I walked in your dressing room, and I told you, keep on Anderson Silva and don't stop. So who taught you the way you talk smack? I guess I gotta pat myself on the back. Because yes, I did help you. And none of your fans know that.
I'm paying for all of these cameras. I'm paying for these microphones. I will pay for the editor.
But it's only one guy, Chris Martinez. One guy, and me. That's it. 2-man crew. And I'll challenge any of your camera guys to my camera guy. He does lighting, he does sound, he does camera work, and he does editing. And one of the things that they asked me was about Tito's wrestling match coming up with Alberto Del Rio. And they had called it a fight. They said, hey, what do you think about this fight? And I just shared my opinion that I don't think that they're fighting. I think that it's a scripted, performance, wrestling. So you say Alberto Del Rio's taking a dive. Alberto Del Rio's record's better than your record. Does that mean that you've been taking dives your whole career?
Tito Ortiz battling Chael Sonnen in the main event. Tito Ortiz securing the rear naked choke victory. A lot of people are saying, I smell a work.
I'm the only one talking about it. The only one. Oh, by the way, I have the biggest voice in the whole space. You could pick one person to talk about your topic in this space. You pick me. You have the biggest voice in this space? I think Ariel has the biggest voice in this space. And he's the one who told you about this fight.
Well, I have to say I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed in you. This isn't some schmuck off the street. This isn't former WWE champion just waltzing in there. So I have to say, Chael, honestly, I kind of love everything about this. I love everything about it.
It's Ariel and the bad guy, not the bad guy and Ariel. Know your role. A guy who doesn't follow one of his fans. So who's the sucker of them all? Is it the Chael fans? I hope not. I hope none of my fans are Chael fans. You want to take another ass whipping? I'll give you another ass whipping. But this time I'm not going to choke you in 2 minutes. I'm going to beat you down round after round. And you go ahead and call Campbell and let him know. I'm willing to do this And yes, you say you're retired, the retired gangster. No gangsters retire. You've never been a gangster. You're more like the American rat. You better watch your back. Because if I do see you, I'm willing to do some jail time and slap you upside your face. Because you're nothing but a little punk rat that needs to be put in his place. So if you have any type of the balls that you try to say you are the big gangster guy, come on over to Combate. We'll take care of you. You don't know what you started, bud. You think you're gonna get away with this? You better always be looking over your shoulder. Because the next time I see you, I'm not gonna walk by and go, oh, look there's the loudmouth. I'm gonna shut that mouth. Because you remember the last time I seen you in Oregon, and I was being a bigger man. I had my backpack on, I was walking by, and you're like, oh, Tito, trying to reach out for a handshake. And I looked at you straight in your eyes. I go, what's up, rat? What's up, broadmouth? You felt a little awkward at that time, didn't you? You know the truth, Chael. You know where you belong. But if you want to keep running your mouth, I'm gonna smash you, dude.